Good evening and a very warm welcome to all of you. This is the second edition of the ATF Awards, India's first Assistive Technology Awards, ATF Awards 2022. My name is Shreya Krishnan and I'm going to be hosting this evening. From being a part of the stages of conception of ATF to the delivery to now where it's running and pacing up to be the change that all of us want to see, it's an honor and pleasure to be here amongst you and to be sharing this evening with all of you. The end is the beginning was one of the philosophical themes behind the launch of ATF Awards 2022. So, how can we forget ATF Awards 2021? Let's reminisce about the ATF Awards 2021, a walk back into memory lane. Can we have the video, please?
3, 2, 1.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the first edition of the ATF Awards. Everyone who tuned in for the support and encouragement. Hope all of you have gained some insights into our world through this experience. That's it from us. Goodbye. See you at the next one. What a walk down memory lane, and that one was COVID times, so everything was happening on screen. I can't tell you how delightful and amazing it is to feel an audience, to be here in person with each one of you. I think it's an absolute celebration. For those of you who were eyeing the trophy, it's right here as well. You can take a look at what the ATF trophy looks like. You saw a glimpse of it on screen. Everyone has the ability to change disability, a line that we were just speaking about this morning on our train journey here. Assistive Technology Foundation started with the mission to leverage assistive technology to empower persons with disability. ATF is India's first assistive technology-focused ecosystem enabler that enables initiatives that empower people with disabilities in areas of living, learning, and livelihood by leveraging assistive technology. In a span of 3 years, ATF has impacted the lives of 4.6 lakh people with disabilities, which is nearly 500,000 people with disabilities through its high-impact programs and initiatives. I think it's a moment to really put our hands together for the kind of reach that we've been able to have as an organization. What can I say further? Let's just hear it from the man himself. So please put your hands together and welcome Pratik Madhav, CEO and founder, ATF, to share more about ATF and its current state of affairs. So Pratik, it's over to you.
Well, good evening. Thank you for coming in. And it's an honor and a pleasure to see all of you guys. And we are very, very, very delighted at ATF to host ATF Awards in IIT Madras Research Park campus. And many thanks to Professor Ashok and his team. Well, I'm really, really not out of my mind when I say disability is not a problem. Disability is not a problem. Disability is just a situation or a condition. What is a problem is the social stigma that comes out of it. What is a problem is inaccessible infrastructure. So disability per se is not a problem. Let me introduce you to a friend of mine who I've known for almost a decade, Divyanshu. And what he said really touched me. He said, what hurts me more is the assumption of able-bodied, that is, must be difficult for one to live with disability. Divyanshu has been a person with disabilities for last 21 years. He's a person with visual impairment. He's a trained clinical psychologist. He's also a person who's in extreme sport. His organization is called ABBF, Adventure Beyond Barriers. Let us play a small video about his life of empowerment.
So what if I went blind? Just because I went blind, the dream didn't die. Simply because nobody believed that a blind person could fly and fly by himself. Life changed suddenly at the age of 17 when I was diagnosed with glaucoma. I was actually slowly losing my sight. I had no symptoms, and when doctors told me that this is what is going to happen, I was in complete denial. I didn't believe them at all. And at 19, I suddenly lost the residual sight. Whatever was left was lost suddenly, and that's when it hits you what blindness really is. It's traumatic, but it's good when a body like Guinness Book of Records recognizes our work. That makes our work credible. That's essentially what the importance of it. And it's an honor to be part of this group. It's an honor.
So I think a big round of applause for Divyanshu. I told him that we want to capture this for you. He couldn't be here with us, but Divyanshu truly lives a life with a lot of confidence like all of us do. He is the record holder of flying in an airplane. He just came back. He couldn't be here because he just came back through a tandem cycling trip from Manali to Khardungla Pass. And he is, what is not written here, what he didn't talk about, he's a certified scuba dive trainer. So if you want to learn scuba diving, he's the guy to go to. But how is it possible that Divyanshu is so much enabled, unlike we believe? It's assistive technology. He tells me that he has, over last 21 years, been enabled by the technology which he uses to read, to walk independently, to talk to people, communicate. He is an influencer on LinkedIn and whatnot. But I don't think a lot of people get that access. A lot of people are so fortunate, like Divyanshu is. And that's because they face a lot of discrimination while they grow up. They don't really have access to healthcare. They don't really have access to education, which we got through. While all of us know these big numbers, I also had an opportunity to travel around in my current role. And what I realize when I meet people is that it's just not disability. It also comes with poverty. It also comes with poor access to employment opportunities. And a lot of them are not getting married. And hence, the situation they are in only get compounded as they grow up. They are dependent, they are not given an equal opportunity to earn livelihood, and hence they're always looking for money to live their daily life. Now imagine a world where this barrier does not exist. These are a few of the images which every day inspires me. These are the images of enablement through assistive technology, because I truly believe that assistive technology is the key to build an inclusive world. Time and again, it has been proven that assistive technology is able to help people to better educate, better earn their livelihood, be more productive, get better jobs, not only better jobs, better role in the organizations, and also live independently, just not financial independence, but the movement as well. So they are flying like Divyanshu, they are traveling across the world. And when we build this inclusion, it's just not people with disabilities who get empowered. Families, communities, when we invest in them, it's just not them, the whole country and the world gets benefited. In fact, there is some statistics which talks about if we are going to enable people with disability, we are going to add 5 to 7% of GDP. How cool is that? Return on investment by this report also talks about if you invest 1 rupee, you're going to get return on investment of 9. Obviously, we need patient capital to look at this sector. But there are barriers. I mean, it's not as if we produce these reports, talk about all the cool stuff, and it's going to get solved. There are barriers. And some of it is just pure lack of awareness. There's so much fragmentation. All of us are working in our own world. In fact, I sometimes feel we have become a country of pilots, not the aviation pilots. We tinker around with stuff, we invest in resources, and leave it there. We don't really carry the whole stuff to the end. So how do we solve this? A few years back, we all got together. We said, why don't we create an organization which not only works with technology startups, but build an ecosystem. The way I see ecosystem is a hexagon where we work with governments, educational institutions, investors, people with disabilities, their community, global technology ecosystem, and also, last but not the least, with a lot of corporates because they're so invested. And hence, we started an acceleration program. I'm happy to share that we have made a network of 400 startups in the country. We also established a global ecosystem through which we have partners in Kenya, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and a lot of partners coming in from UK as well. Through these 32 startups which are there in our portfolio, 100 products, 31 patents, like Shreya said, we are able to already reach out to 500,000 people. And that really is the beauty of technology, because it's non-linear, easy to distribute, easy to give it to people. We've been talking about it to create awareness in organizations like here, like Empower. We also, given the situation last few years, did some special programs where we work with the government to vaccinate people with disability on priority, because we realize if we don't, they will get left out like they always do. We are here to celebrate ATF awards. All that is coming together, but there's one thing missing. If we still need to generate 1 unit of resource to create 1 unit of impact, then it's very linear. And hence, platforms like Adidwara, which is a digital platform for distributed delivery of assistive technology, where we are bringing providers, startups on one side, consumers who are the beneficiaries on the other side, and funders, they're all coming together to make this magic happen. Yeah? That is where we're partnering with a lot of social organizations who are doing good work, like Nation Kerala. And why we are excited about it is because this is so scalable. Yeah? Like I said, we co-founded this network with 6 other countries. We are very excited that these startups are change agents already. We had 400 startups in the country in 2014, not assistive technology, usual startup. We have 75,000 now. And if we grow this ecosystem the way we visualize, today we are 400 startups in assistive technology. If we do 10th edition of ATF Awards, Can we make 75,000 startups in assistive technology with so many of them being unicorns? I know there was a debate earlier about unicorns, but I like to believe time is right to make some of them unicorns. But thank you so much. I'm going to invite Ravi Narayan, who's the co-founder of ATF, to share his thoughts very briefly on the vision which we have. Thank you so much.
Now, today has been a momentous day. Wonderful conversations amongst academic institutions, wonderful conversations about stories of how people have transcended, some difficulties and come across victorious. You also heard about our story a little bit, ATF story, as to how we have come from a dream that we had about 3 years ago to where we are today, and participating in the ecosystem as much a part of everything that is going on in the assistive technology space. You also heard about some people that are associated with ATF, Divyanshu and Krishnan. And these are things that really keeps us going. This is what gets us up in the morning, keeps us going through the day, and gets us to do all these crazy things that we do as folks at ATF. So I'll just add another story to you. This story probably is well known to you, and you'll wonder why I would want to say it. But during Mahabharata, they wanted to confound the Pandavas by creating a Chakravyuha. Layers of complexity, chariots and foot soldiers and different kinds of weapons, different kinds of formations. And it was something that was not something easy to break through. And at that time, they didn't have this expert who knew exactly how to make this happen, Arjuna, to go through and penetrate the Chakravyuha. They instead found the only person who knew enough to break through was Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu was young, was naive, was probably even ignorant to a large extent about the nuances of what Chakravyuha will bring to him. But at the same time, he was enthusiastic. He was energetic, and he was creative. So the Pandavas put their bets on him and said, Abhimanyu, can you break open this Chakravyuha for us, because we just don't know any other way to make it happen today. Of course, that story did not end very well, because Abhimanyu was cut off from the people who were supposed to have followed him through and continue to keep the Chakravyuha open and not let it close behind him. What we have done at ATF is actually bet on a whole bunch of Abhimanyus, because we feel that this is how we are actually going to make an impact in the Chakravyuha that's going on. Imagine, there is easily 2 billion people that can be impacted through the technologies that these startups build. 2 billion people directly impacted. Take the 1 billion that Prateek talked about. Take the temporarily disabled people who are going through rehab and need some assistive technology to get through their rehab phases. And those that are aged, that will eventually do need assistive technology to continue with their lives as normally as possible. So that's 2 billion directly impacted. And amongst the 5 billion, there are caregivers whose lives also get impacted by this. So if this is the opportunity for an impact, the numbers are definitely very, very promising. We also feel that if you are able to bring people with disability into the mainstream, the ability for us to raise the GDP by 7% is easily possible. Just bring them into the mainstream livelihood and various other things that ATF is focused upon. And then, of course, the 9-to-1 ratio of ROI. For every rupee that we put in, 9 rupees is the kind of ROI that we can expect, because that's the outcome that we create economically. So these are just numbers, quants, and not necessarily stories. It makes us even more important for us to address this problem today. And during these conversations with Professor Junjunwala and others, we have seen that there is absolutely no reason why we can't make this happen from India. And that's what ATF is committed to making happen today. And that's what we said. We will start with 32 Abhimanyus. Actually, also with the help of some heavyweights behind them, the mentors, the investors, the academic institutions, the government bodies, and so on and so forth. Make sure that through this very curated and orchestrated methods, we will be able to go touch the lives a lot more. So you can see, we just have had 4 startup cohorts. We started before the pandemic. We went through the pandemic, and even despite the pandemic, we continue to work with these startups with the belief that once we come out on the other side, we will have a chance not to construct back the normal that we had earlier, but to construct a completely new normal where the people that were not in the mainstream could be in the mainstream much more than before. We have, amongst these 32 startups, about 85 products. 31 of them have been carry patents. 31 patents amongst all of the startups, I'm sorry. And we feel that this is just the beginning. We have 60 to 70,000 tech startups in India today, altogether. Only 350 or 400 of them, we think, are actually addressing these issues directly. Now, I think a very good point came up earlier today, that even if you look at Lenskart, and they make eyeglasses, they are doing assistive technology too. We don't look at it in this fashion, but if you start taking those into account and then creating a business case, I think the business case will be even stronger. We have, at the moment, let the startups decide how are they going to make this, make a difference. So what we find is the startups who are the hungriest and the most creative and the most agile, they go out, find those problems, take the piece of it that they would like to solve, build products for it, and they get traction in the market. Those are the ones that we pick up. These are the ones that have gone through the initial infant mortality and have come to a stage where they are the role models for the entire ecosystem. So one, giving all we can to make sure that these 32 do not have any problems of any kind, but reach their fullest potential is one priority for us. But at the same time, making sure the remaining in the 350 and the other parts of the ecosystem continue to thrive is what we focus on. So there is a very focused approach, and there is also a very ecosystem-centric approach. And in fact, today's ATF Awards celebrates the ecosystem enablers as much as we celebrate the startups. So with having said all these things, and also having brought in all the different stakeholders, people like Chapel from WHO, people like Kathy from GDI, the Global Disability Hub in the UK, and so on and so forth, we are getting ready to now, set our visions much higher. And we hope from 500,000 lives that we are able to impact today directly, we would like to take it up to 5 million by December 2027. So I hope with that, can you go to the next slide, please? With that, I appeal to each one of you. I know that you've already come here to the Empower conference, but I appeal to each one of you to take a very active role in being that everybody who has the ability to change disability. Thank you.
The applause was a little low because you're still trying to process the 500,000 lives. Disability is a condition, a situation. It is not a problem. Divyanshu's powerful, inspiring story, dovetailing from stories of impact to journeys to ecosystems to direct impact, all connected in terms of opportunities and the potential for change. The numbers are really mind-boggling. So the magic number, as I just reminded you all, is 500,000. And my God, I have goosebumps as I look back and reflect on what both Ravi and Pratik had to say. Thank you, gentlemen, for not just setting the tone, tenor, and context for what is to come today, but what is the vision for ATF and for now and for the future years and months to come. ATF is indeed a good conduit for social change, a catalyst for collaboration between assistive technology, startups, government bodies, corporates, NGOs, investors, and educational institutes. Pooling their resources in a meaningful way means creating long-lasting social change. So ATF has taken a leave from recognition and rewards of organizations in their development of the ecosystem, and what they've done is develop the ecosystem in itself. So what the idea is to serve as a catalyst and to accelerate the growth of the entire ecosystem, so ensuring that you pull everybody up together, empowerment, enablement, all of it getting connected through all of these initiatives. ATF Awards is an accolade that recognizes unsung heroes who aim to make a change in the lives of people with disabilities across the globe by leveraging assistive technology. Since the launch, we've covered a long journey, and let's have a look at the journey so far. But isn't that what we're all doing? We're all nurturing a dream and protecting that dream and giving it wings to take and fly. Also, a quick story, when communities come together, the power is incredible. Did you all enjoy the music that you just heard? Yeah? That was actually made by BK's nephew, who sits out of the US overnight once the video was ready. So I think the magic is when people around the world come together to make something happen, and something as simple as lending a voice can be such an impactful power to change the status quo. Anybody wanting to eagerly know who the winners are? Yeah? Okay, so without further ado, let's kickstart the felicitation ceremony. To begin with, I would like to invite our keynote speaker, Mr. Arun Jain, a Chennai-based Indian industrialist, investor, and philanthropist. He is the chairman and managing director of Intellect Design Arena Limited, an IT software products company in the banking, financial services, and insurance space. So please put your hands together and welcome him to set the next part of the ball rolling. Over to you, Arun.
Good evening. It's phenomenal to see that there's a formal conference happening of this nature with the initiative of Pratik, Ravi, and many members who built up this AssisTech Foundation. Way back in 2009, there was a company called LaserSoft, and LaserSoft under Suresh Kamath was employing all the people with disability, which got later on merged with Polaris, and they are still working. His whole mission from 1986 was to provide employment to the disabled people and do the software development work, which is running it as GFC Bank or best of the class. But there was no such initiative which came together. So I must congratulate AssisTech Foundation board members who have come together to conceptualize, put a visualization to it. Getting a last 3 years, the figures are phenomenal to have an impact of it. I think it's a ecosystem approach which is significantly valuable, because this problem can be solved only on ecosystem basis, not on individual basis. Neither a single organization can solve the problem, nor a single technology can solve the problem. It's an ecosystem problem, and it has to be solved when we sit together, spending time together to solve it. I visited many stalls and look at and talking to the entrepreneurs and asking them the question, what inspired them? I see the spark in their eyes. What was the reason for them to start solving a particular problem? They got inspired from various different reasons. They got inspired, but the amount of intensity they are working in solving the problem that they forget sometimes the viability of the problem solving, viability of the product. So they are picking up the right problem called desirability of the problem they're solving. But when we talk about how will be sustainable in next 3 years, what you would like to do, when you will be viable, I'm finding still there's a big opportunity for us as industry people to work with them to make them understand the viability equation, how the viability equation works. There's a belief system in this sector which says that disability means poor. All disabled people are not poor. We set up a hospital, eye care hospital in a small village for removing the blindness in Khekara near Bagpat district. And first impression was that we need to provide charitable surgeries, and we will give all the free and low cost solutions. So a lot of time we spend on low cost. And we'll say, okay, 10% people will be they can pay some small money for some 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 for cataract operation or something. So we said, okay, let's do 10% and 15% will be there. And to our surprise, we find after, that hospital is a capacity of 100-bed hospital. So we got a surprise after some time that few patients came in and they commented, oh, you can't do a 50,000 rupees surgery here. I will go to city to get the surgery done. So in spite of providing the best care there, they needed a price point, because in that village also there is a jamidars and there is a people who have a lot of money and they want to pay 50,000 rupees to show off that you have got a best treatment. They are not based on the treatment what they are getting, but the money part is the indicator that you can afford the treatment of that level. And it is run by my sister daughter, so she told me, what do I do, Mama? I said, you increase your price, as simple as that. You are still not sustainable, you're still on donation. Why can't you start asking 50,000 rupees surgery and you say special premium category of the patient and do it? Where is the conflict there? The point is, when we come with a mindset, when we are in social sector, we come with a mindset that money is bad. That's the second belief system. We are not supposed to make money. Is a kind of a belief system we come in. When Pratik was mentioning that we should have a unicorn in this space, money he's not saying unicorn from a perspective of just an economic part of the problem solving. His point is that they should be scalable to a size where it can become viable. And that's where I think the thinking process of the system may require some shift. I have only one difference of opinion with Pratik, is that he's saying we should have a 70,000 startup. I said, it's not about more is more. Is less is more. Even if we are solving 7 or 8 major disability in the society, we need 5 technology per disability. Not more than 5 technologies per disability. It means we need maximum 35 successful startups or the companies which will solve the problem. If you say 2 companies per problem solving, still there may not be more than 100. But I think the problem statement is last 2% is 200%. Most of the technology which I saw is still in the stage of 85%, 90%, 92%. For solving the complete problem, the last 2% is 200%. And that last 2%, we need to pool in all the resources, all the capacities what we have to support those technologies, whether it's a mentoring, whether it's a financial funding, is required for those 35 units could be done, which solve the problem. Second point which came to my mind when I was looking at it and 81 stalls and going around, I found there is a multiple ways of solving a, let's say, upper limb problem. There are multiple units for solving the problem of upper limb. When you lose the upper limb, what do you solve? When you lose the lower limb, how do you solve the problem? Can we create each problem as a one of the blocks, I will say suite of technology to solve a particular problem. So if there are 7 suites, one for visual impairment, one for hearing impairment, one for speech impairment. So all the 7 or 8 technologies which are best in class can be formed as a suite. Because my marketing side, my consumer is sitting who needs all of them together. So if he says that there are 5 technology available for upper limb, then one can introduce a suite, and that can go under a common brand. AssisTech can help in bringing them together and creating a one common brand on our upper limb technology or a visual technologies. They may have their own local brand, but the common brand, so that reach can be far superior at the end of the day. The other thing which is there is the problem solving. When I was talking to these people, they were saying it's so fragmented. My customer is so fragmented. It's not that it's visible to me. How to approach a customer is the next problem they're finding. If that is the problem which we have, then maybe the way you have done 6 hexagon in this area, the more impatient we are to give advice. So before giving the advice, I would say that I need to have a 2-day workshop of some like-minded people and apply some design thinking principles and listen to the people what the issues are there and start celebrating some of the technologies which are happening, connecting them to the technology which are similar in nature and connecting them, and then catalyzing them in a very structured manner when the problem gets solved. And there are enough people on the Mission Samriddhi which we are working on who are available on rural sites. So we have a network in Mission Samriddhi across all the states where the panchayat and villages we are connected. We are directly working in more than 300 villages in India where we can collect this data from there on the disabilities. So we are working with some of the Freedom Trust and other organization which provides the extra limbs and visual. But I think this has to become as a complete ecosystem and connecting the whole dot and creating a framework under which we can amazingly contribute. And I'm looking at it, these problems cannot be solved by the governments. But government has enough reach, resources, pension funds. In this funding is available in government. I think we need to work with the government, but more in a very structured manner once we understand the problem statement and we have some visibility of solving that in a district or in a block, how many people are there, what nature of people are there, what kind of support systems are there, how it's connected to Anganwadi system, how it's connected to primary health care system, and how these services can be reached to the right last mile. I think all those elements we need to work with some other social organizations which are working in this space, and those also has to be enrolled in ATF. So I must congratulate the initiative in just 4 years, Ravi, and Pratik, you are able to bring this much awareness and audience in this hall. It's so exciting to be part of this setup, part of this initial design, and obviously wishing you all the best in coming years.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jain. Thank you for applauding and recognizing the value of ecosystems, the juxtapositioning of cost versus value, evaluating mindsets and shifting them to enable and empower change. Less is more, he said. Let's pool resources, capacities. Let's look at multiple lenses and perspectives and many solutions. Let's have longer dialogues and conversations. Let's invest more time. Let's make sure that we bring what is essential to problem solving. Let's reach services to last miles. And let's collaborate with all of the ecosystems that exist, he said. Thank you so much, because I think in the world that needs a dire attention to sustainability, to all of these things that work together, it's so important to remember these messages. Thank you so much for joining us and for sharing that with us. Speaking about sustainability, flora and fauna preservation, we want to take a leap forward for the traditional bouquet of flowers that we usually hand out as something to resonate with our vision. So this is a token of gratitude and is a reflection of how disability can be turned into an ability. It is a handcrafted hamper of goods that are created by people with disabilities, and this token serves a larger purpose of empowering people with disabilities across several aspects of their life by providing them with employment and supporting them in living their lives with dignity. I'm going to invite Pratik to hand over a token of our appreciation, a hamper in exact form of what I just described, to our keynote speaker, Mr. Arun Jain. So Pratik and Arun, can we have you join us on stage? Can we have a huge round of applause for the address, for the thought, and for what the communities have made possible to hand over a small token of our gratitude. Thank you, both of you. Thank you so much. The ATF Awards would not have been possible without the support of many individuals. One such individual is the exemplary, legendary cricketer and Padma Shri recipient Rahul Dravid, aka The Wall. We're extremely proud that he is AssisTech Foundation's key ally and our brand ambassador of the ATF Awards. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it today as the Indian cricket team needs their coach to be there. However, he's been kind enough to send a message for all of us, so let's hear it from Rahul Dravid, his message for ATF Awards.
It's a monumental task to provide technology aid for around 1 billion people with disabilities across the world.
Nevertheless, ATF took on the challenge to create a more inclusive future.
After successfully initiating a large assistive technology ecosystem in India, ATF's growing global community is set out to transform the lives of persons with disabilities across the world.
Millions are living fuller and happier lives due to these innovations and inventions.
We are here today to recognize the new age thinkers who have developed the necessary technology that enables and empowers persons of disabilities and gives them a fair chance at life that's free from any discrimination and limitations.
Join cricketing legend Rahul Dravid and industry leaders and participate in the ATF Awards, a first of its kind initiative to recognize and reward the change makers that empower persons with disabilities to say, I can.
Thank you so much, Rahul, for your undaunting, unwavering support. He has been our wall as well in so many ways and forms. Let's put a rest to everybody's curiosity and begin the award ceremony. I would like to invite on stage Professor Ashok Jhunjhunwala, President, IIT Madras Research Park and IIT Madras Incubation Cell. Dr. Jhunjhunwala is considered the pioneer in nurturing industry-academia interactions in India towards R&D, innovation, and product development. I invite him to introduce the category and felicitate the winner.
Post announce. Best AT Startup for Innovation Award under the Emerging Startup category will recognize startups up to 2 years of age that are building a valuable assistive technology product and have the potential to create large-scale impact. The winner of this award gets a cash prize of rupees 1 lakh. It is sponsored by ThoughtWorks. I welcome ThoughtWorks representatives to join us on the stage to facilitate the winner. I also invite Rekha Murthy Rangarajan, Director Data Patterns. The top 3 startups that reach the final round and presentation to the jury are AssisTech Innovations, Sociodent, and Grail Makers Innovations.
Okay, the winner for the best AT startup for innovation is...
Sociodent.
Yes. Sociodent. A huge round of applause for the winner. Can we have the winner up on stage? Sociodent is joining us on stage. Can we have a huge round of applause for our first winner for the evening? Thank you so much, everybody. I'd request Dr. Stuart Gratian to share a couple of thoughts about what winning feels like, about what being part of the ATF Awards here feels like. Please do share a few words.
Yeah, thanks ATF for this wonderful honor. Wonderful honor. It's great to be on this inspiring stage and get this award from some inspiring minds. This award has come at a great time for us. We as a startup are now looking to take our product to the next level and validate it with people and then launch it soon. So it has come at a very crucial juncture for us. That's wonderful. And one other thing is we have a grand vision. At Sociodent, we want to redefine oral healthcare for people with disabilities. So I'm sure this award would inspire us and push us to not just stand at the edge of the sea or edge of the ocean, but deep dive and swim against the tide. Thank you.
Thank you so much and congratulations. I'd like to invite Ravi on stage to say our thank you and gratitude to all of you. I would like to request you to stay on for a moment more. Ravi, can we invite you up on stage to give our tokens of gratitude to everybody who's joined us on stage? So the question is, what does Sociodent do?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mention that. So at Sociodent, we are developing oral hygiene solutions. Basically, our first product is a mouthpiece-based oral care device for people with upper limb disabilities. So they cannot brush by themselves. For all of you, or for most of you at least, brushing every day is a very, very simple task. You don't think twice about doing it. But for people with disabilities who lack dexterity, they cannot do it. So we are developing a mouthpiece-based oral hygiene device, and this device would enable them to have some gradual independency in this very basic and simple daily task. So that's what we are building as our patented product. The patent is also in the advanced stage. Right now we are going for trials, and in the next 6 to 8 months we are looking to launch the product. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and congratulations once again. Can we have the tokens of gratitude for everybody who's joined us on stage? Ravi, I'd like to request you to hand over.
Thank you.
Professor, I'm going to request you to share a couple of words about the MOU that's just been signed today between ATF and IITM. So if we can.
Thank you very much. Part of it was surprise. I was not briefed that I have to do all this. So I'm very happy to be here. I'm very happy to see startups which are starting to perform. The only thing that I want to point out is that Arun, as Arun mentioned, it is not enough to develop a good and useful technology. Finally, a technology is considered good and useful if large number of users are able to accept it. And which basically, as large number of users start accepting it and using it, value is created and the companies start doing well. So the viability of any product, when can it reach customer, how will it reach customer, how can it reach largest number of customers is the key thing. And if that is missing, we will not get anywhere. We are determined to create a number of startups. And as far as I am concerned, if next few years we are able to create even 2 or 3 startups in AT area which do, whose revenue becomes 100 crore rupees, I think the whole area will flood itself and new things will start emerging. That's what we need to do, and that's, I hope we are able to do that. I'm very glad that we have signed up with AT Foundation, and we will work with them in nurturing startups, pushing the startups, pushing them hard, because we believe in pushing them hard. We are not happy if they have product. We are only happy when the product, customer really likes the product. And customer is willing to pay even the small amount for the product. If there is a financial schemes required, if they cannot pay it on one day, it doesn't matter. We'll figure out how they can pay over 2 years or 3 years or 5 years. But finally, we'll have to have happy and paying customers. Thank you very much.
Putting our hands together for that dream of happy paying customers and enabling and nurturing the ecosystem to provide that. Thank you so much, Professor. Moving ahead, I would like to welcome Krishnamurthy Ananthashivam, co-founder and member of board, ATF, to introduce the Established Startup Awards and felicitate the winners. Kichu, inviting you on stage. Kichu, as he's fondly known by everybody. Put your hands together and please welcome him.
Good evening. I'm glad to be here to announce the next category of awards. Inventor and science fiction writer Arthur C. Clarke once said, "Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic." I tend to agree with him, especially when I find out about the work that the AssisTech Foundation is doing. It's truly magical that we are in an age where many paths that are closed due to disability can be opened with innovative technologies. At a micro level, assistive technology improves individual employment opportunities, acceptance into educational institutes, emotional status, and social life. But even if you look at it from a broader perspective, mobilizing a community of people with disabilities and giving them tools to learn, earn, can only aid in the development and growth of nations. In fact, the United Nations suggests that leaving people with disabilities out of the economy may result in as much as 7% loss of GDP in India. Hence, work of entities with assistive technology impacts not only the individuals of the community, but the nation as a whole. It has given me great pleasure to support ATF and their vision. I'm glad to be witnessing ATF Awards, which celebrates these magicians who have worked tirelessly to create impactful innovations. The meaningful change they have brought about will create ripples of hope and empowerment in the community. I would like to introduce the second category of awards, Established Startups, which aims to reward assistive technology startups that have significantly impacted the lives of persons with disabilities.
Thank you so much. On the road to all of this impact that we choose and want to achieve, every building block truly counts. Thank you, Kicha. The next award under the established category is the most impactful assistive technology startup. This award seeks to recognize the startup that has achieved visible impact by developing and implementing AT solutions to solve the problems of disability and beyond. The winner gets a cash prize of 1 lakh. The finalists in this award category are NeoMotion, Phonologics, True Assistive Technology, and Myodan. And the award goes to... Yeah, I know, I have to say it. I was wondering if there were any guesses. Any guesses, audience? Please put your hands together for NeoMotion. Can we have the team up on stage to receive the award? Photo opportunity. Audience, can we have a huge round of applause? Can we get the mic over to Siddharth? Sure, absolutely. In the meanwhile, Siddharth, can we have you say a few words about NeoMotion and what you guys do and how it feels now to be here on the stage receiving this award?
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Great. Yeah, I mean, it's great. Last year, I think we had applied for the emerging startups. We could not make it. But I think this time it's even better because now we've crossed that valley of doubt, that valley of prototypes and testing. Now we've actually, like Sir said, we have happy paid users. But now, like also Sir said, we need to reach that landmark of say 100 crores. So we will do that, and that's why this award is important, because to reach that mark, exactly, we need an ecosystem. We need such noise to be made that yes, the product is good, it's going to benefit people, it's going to enable them. That's why this award is really important. I'm really glad, Prateek, for handling this. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Chahat, because she has been working tirelessly. She's been messaging, coordinating this, that. I think I want to take this opportunity to thank her also. And thank you, ATF team, and thank you everybody here. I think this is the new motion. Yeah, I mean, while this is happening, so yes, NeoMotion is a startup which is the brainchild of the R2D2 lab, the TDK Center for Rehabilitation Research and Device Development, and that's why it's imperative that all of us from the lab are present here, because NeoMotion is R2D2. So we are part of the lab, and that's what this award goes to everyone here.
Thank you, Siddharth, and congratulations to the entire team at NeoMotion. Yes, absolutely. Please go ahead.
So yes, NeoMotion was birthed and nurtured at R2D2, but for the last 2 years, almost 2 years, they've been on their own, and they're doing a fantastic job, and I'm so proud of them. It's really a very proud moment for me. Congratulations to Team NeoMotion. I think only Siddharth is there from the actual NeoMotion team, but you know, it's great. But all the R2D2 folks, they were all here for a long time, and I think only in 2020, just before the pandemic, they moved out to the factory in Pural, and so it's really, you know, it's like a parent seeing the kid take the steps and now starting to run. So I'm very proud. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and congratulations. Moving ahead, the next award under the Established Startup Awards category is Women Ahead, Best Woman-Led Assistive Technology Startup. This award recognizes an AT startup launched and led by a woman that demonstrates superior impact. The winner gets a prize of 1 lakh rupees. The finalists for this award are Dhanvantri Biomedical and Urvo Gel Bio, and the winner is Dhanvantri Biomedical. Can we have the team from Dhanvantri come up and join us on stage? That's Shruti B, founder. Congratulations. Shruti, if I can request you to say a couple of words, speak about what you do at Dhanvantri Biomedical, about the journey.
So good evening, one and all. So we at Dhanvantri Biomedical, we provide an innovative solution called Sahayata. Sahayata helps the immobile or differently abled population to assist them in the defecation cleansing. It's a smart defecation cleansing assistive device which helps them in the daily activities. We all have our own ability to wash our body. What if one cannot touch or wash the body by themselves? That's what Sahayata does, by assisting and cleaning their body, by maintaining their hygiene and dignity. Thank Thank you. I would like to thank ATF Award for honoring me. I'm deeply honored. Thank you so much, Pratik sir. It's a great honor for me to get in front of Sujata ma'am. I really love you, ma'am. Thank you so much. It's been an inspiration for us. You led the assistive tech innovation so ahead. Thank you, thank you. So, as a woman, I also like to thank my family, my husband and my brother who's sitting here. Can I request both of them to stand up? Mr. Subrajan Pillai and Srijit Babu. So, without them, it's not possible. And I also looking forward to, it's only because of my dad. So, I dedicate this. He's not here with us now, but this is for you, Daddy. This is for him. So he is Mr. KK Babu, and my mentor, who also passed away during the COVID, Mr. PR Krishna Kumar ji. So thank you everyone for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations. Kicha, I'd like to request you to hold on for a moment, and BK, I'd like to invite you up on stage to hand over a token of our gratitude and appreciation to Kicha. As you can see, we're playing a relay race of sorts. I hope all of you saw the banner outside that says everyone has the ability to change disability. We've been speaking about that for almost all of this evening, and we have one living example with us. So I'm going to invite that person just after. BK, I'd like to request you to stay. Kicha, thank you so much for joining us. I want to now welcome Rishi Krishna, founder Symbionic, to talk about how he has turned disability into an ability. But also this talks about opening paths to transform many more lives with disability through their product Titan. Please give a huge round of applause to Rishi. Rishi will join us on stage in a moment.
Hi guys, I'm Rishi. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Symbionic. So let me warn you, I was told to do this last night and didn't prepare much, but I thought if I'm here, I would share something deeply personal, and when I'm going, at least I'll impart one value that I deeply think of all my life. So the story is about Thank you. So the story is about an unreasonable person, the most unreasonable person I've ever met in my life. And this person worked in Mumbai. She used to travel every morning in the peak Bombay train chaos every day. Yeah. Am I audible? Yeah. So I used to see her do these things, and go to work, take care of her family every single day of my life. She's my mom, and she also lived with a disability all her life. So she had a physical disability. She had polio from, I think, 5 or 6 years old, and I never noticed. I just lived with her, and only when somebody pointed out to me that, hey, is everything okay with your mom? That's when I realized, oh wow, okay, my mom's a little different. And when I asked her, she told me she had polio and how she got it. I was like, oh wow, that's it, yeah, cool. And then moved on, because she's still my mom. Nothing changed. And it's just that I felt that, wow, okay, you can do so much more despite of disability. And that is something I learned from my mom. In September of 2018, I met with an accident, and that led to the amputation of my right hand. And I mean, that was one of the darkest times of my life. I was trying to find prosthetics in the market. I could not find something that could suit my needs. There were very pricey products, or there were products that were affordable but did not serve any function. So between a rock and a hard place, I was stuck. And fortunately, I had people with me. My co-founder Niranjan, who's like here, and a host of community who came and helped me build this thing. So this is Titan Arm. And a lot of the times today I get asked, okay, hey, you know, you're living with a disability and you're doing these things. How cool is that? How inspiring is that? And I'm mostly confused because I lived with my mom all my life, and she's like, she made it look so easy. And if you doubt me, any able-bodied person, please go to Bombay, take a train at 6 p.m. and let me know what you think. So yeah, I mean, that is the story of Symbionic. Today we are a 15-people team working from a small 1,000 square feet office in Chennai, and we have built India's first bionic arm that you could use to go back to daily life, do things like picking up a bottle, opening door, and I even use it to ride a bike, man. So these things are what we wanted to do so when I lost my limb, I wanted to go back to my life, and I could not do it. There were seriously limited options, and thankfully, because of my team, my friends, the community, ATF Labs, I could achieve this today. And yeah, so that was what I was told to come here and talk about. Thank you so much.
Hold on. I'm going to request you to stay on for one more moment. Pratik, can we have you join us on stage to give our token of gratitude? Thank you so much, because what you realize is some of the most powerful stories are also some of the most simple stories. The most amazing stories of inclusion are about when you choose to see it for what it is and not for the filters and colors that life or the world adds on to you. And I think that is the most powerful message of inclusion. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us.
Nice.
And thank you for telling us.
Let's have a picture of Titan next.
Yeah.
Can we have a round of applause for Rishi? Thank you so much, Rishi. Thank you. This award is given to a startup that has displayed the greatest growth and impact through its innovation and has the potential to become a blue chip corporation. The winner gets a prize money worth 1 lakh, and there are a lot of finalists in this category. But before that, I'd like to invite Mr. Ramraj on stage to give away the awards. Can we have you join us? Can we have Sujata Srinivasan up on stage to give away this award? Yes. Again, the winner for this category gets prize money worth 1 lakh rupees. And the finalists in this award category are Neomotion, Phonologics, True Assistive Technology, and Myodan. Audience, if y'all were people who were going to be nominated, what would you have liked to happen when we read out the nominations? We're in some form setting stage to be the Oscars of, assistive technology awards. So can we have a huge round of applause for the nominations of... And the winner in this category goes to True Assistive Technology. Can we have Naina Padki, founder of True Assistive Technology, to join us on stage? Continue to keep the applause coming. It's good exercise. You'll burn quite a few calories before dinner. So let's keep the applause coming. Congratulations, Naina. We can't let you go without hearing a few words from you, so the mic is coming over to you. Why don't you share what you guys do and what this moment's been like for you?
Yeah, at True Assistive Technology, we develop assistive tech solutions for automobile especially, and for all spaces, which help persons with disability and senior citizens get in and out of cars and buildings easily. So this, our first flagship solution is a swivel seat for the cars. So this is a brainchild of the founder Anand Kudre. He couldn't be here today, and I also include him in this award here today. And I would like to thank ATF for giving us this opportunity, and the jury for selecting us for this award. And this award means a lot to us, getting it from a foundation like ATF, and it is very encouraging, and we look forward to the journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and
Thank you, ma'am.
congratulations once again. I'd like Professor Sujata to request you to stay on for the next one as well. Thank you, Naina. Congratulations to the whole team. The next award under the established startup category is Best Assistive Technology Startup People's Choice. The winner of this next award was selected through an online voting process. We had an overwhelming response to our poll, receiving 5,000 plus votes in the span of just 11 days. Needless to say, the awardees' contribution did not go unnoticed, and they will also take away a cash prize of 1 lakh rupees. There were 21 startups who were competing for the People's Choice Award. The top 2 highest votes receiving startups are Dhanvantri Biomedical and Wings Bionic. And the winner is Dhanvantri Biomedical. Shruti was here up on stage just a moment ago. This is the second round around. Okay, let's continue to keep the applause coming, audience. Congratulations once again. Shruti, twice over on the same stage in one evening. We can't let you go without sharing a couple of words of what that feels like.
So thanks to all the Sahayata users, specifically when the nomination came out, I just said them, see, we have been nominated. You know what happened? All the Sahayata users started creating awareness, not only about the problem, and also about the solution. So this is entirely for the Sahayata users. I also like to thank ATF, entire team of Dhanvantri Biomedical, and especially Sujata ma'am. So I also like to thank Ashok sir today, who said us to look forward for the vision of creating 100 crores. I think we are on it and will be soon crossing 100 crores. Thank you.
Huge round of applause to that. Congratulations once again. Thank you so much, Professor Sujata. More power to women entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship is a lonely journey in itself, but what it is like to be a woman and to be running that and donning that is, there's a lot of stories and tales that already exist. So to give away a token of our appreciation to Professor Sujata, I'm going to invite Ravi back on stage. Ravi, would you join us on stage and hand over a token of our gratitude to Professor Sujata? I promise I don't have my eyes on anybody. It's just at random. It's not like I'm going to make you run for your dinner, but thank you, Ravi. Thank you so much, Professor Sujata. You seem to be inspiring a whole bunch of people across generations, so thank you for everything that you do. We have a special message for all the award winners from none other than Mr. Som Mittal, former President and Chairman NASSCOM. So can we have Som's video, please?
My congratulations to all of you ATF award winners. Compliments on the great innovative work that you're doing. The cause that you have picked up is amazing because the large 7.5 crore Indians who have one disability or the other can only get some help through technologies. And assistive technologies which are affordable, developed in India, in the Indian context, are extremely relevant. The AssisTech Foundation has actually been doing an amazing work in terms of getting all the stakeholders involved and ensuring that whatever output we have from the technologies that we develop can be scaled. So it's very exciting. I think we would carefully see how you progress as award winners and our very, very best in the years to come. So all the best. Thank you so much.
Sound check. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you to Som Mittal, who's been an ardent supporter consistently of everything that we do at ATF. So thank you so much, Som, for that message. Now I would like to invite Mr. Lakshmi Narayanan to introduce the enablers category. Lakshmi Narayanan is the ex-vice chairman and ex-CEO of Cognizant and former chairman of ICT Academy. He was the CEO and president of Cognizant until 2006. He's played a leading role in the global information technology industry for more than 25 years, managing divisions and business units in Europe, India, and the United States. Since joining Cognizant Technologies in 1994, he's been instrumental in formulating the company's strategy and building and managing the organization's development centers in India, where he's based. A member of Cognizant's board of directors, Narayan spends time traveling extensively in the US and Europe to meet clients. He also served as chairman of NASSCOM. So, would love to invite you on stage.
Thank you very much for that introduction, and I'm here to introduce the enablers category. I've been given a script, but I think I'll go off script for a little bit and then talk about some of the interesting things that are happening that may be of great value to all of you. You know, it is so inspiring to see so many young people getting recognition and awards for the work that they do. There are plenty of problems to be solved, and all of them single-mindedly focus on using technology to solve those problems, which is the key thing. Today, the belief among all the people is technology can solve most of the problems. Look at NeoMotion. NeoMotion is a company that came out of the R2D2 lab. I visited that. I had the good fortune to visited them in Ambattur when they were operating in a small unit. I'm sure they moved out to a much larger unit. But look at the type of applications that are happening. I'll give you a simple startup. Some of you may have heard of it. Los Angeles Airport, one of the busiest airports in the world. So many flights coming in and going. There are people who require wheelchair assistance at the gates, from the gates to get to the baggage carousel or to another gate, etc. At any point in time, there's something like 300 to 400 wheelchairs that are required. There's no shortage of wheelchairs. They have close to 500 wheelchairs. But the trouble is, there aren't enough people to push those wheelchairs with the passengers to their required destination. Not enough people. 150 people, 200, they are not available at the right time. So what's the technology that they have applied? Autonomous wheelchairs. Self-driving wheelchairs that will take passengers from point A to point B, pre-programmed or automatically programmed, like the autonomous cars. Now that's been introduced, that's something that is going through trials, and that's been an enormous success. So it's just an application of technology. Things like NeoMotion can look at the various aspects into which these type of technologies can be applied and the devices can be created. Another important point that came out, that was mentioned, I think, by Arun Jain, was about the market fit and the cost. No longer are people coming up with devices that are expensive at the time of introduction and then drive it down the cost curve in order to make it affordable. That's passé. The new method is you have to design to cost. whatever you bring out, whatever is the solution that you have, that has to be affordable at the time it hits the market. Otherwise, you have lost that opportunity. One of the, I mean, it's a difficult lesson. There are some who are struggling with that. One recent example is the company called Smart Vision, which is providing assistance to visually challenged people. It's an attachment that you attach to your glasses, and it is able to recognize faces. Of course, you have to train and teach it to recognize faces. It can read and it can communicate, but the device is expensive. It's expensive by Indian standards, 25,000 rupees. Of course, these devices are available elsewhere, but import cost will be much higher. So they have to rely on NGOs to support them in order to buy these devices and supply to the visually challenged. Now they've gone back to the drawing board with the help of professors and semiconductor industry. They want to bring the cost down to something like 5,000 rupees and improve the functionality so that it can, when a person comes and looks at someone like an Ashok Jhunjhunwala, it would immediately look at that image, match it on the internet and say, this is Ashok Jhunjhunwala is standing in front of you. Those are the type of additional functionality that they're adding and bringing the price point to something like 5,000 rupees before it is launched on a large scale. So these are just examples that I want to point out why design to cost is so important, why thinking about application is so important, application of the same tech in multiple use cases, etc. And finally, this is something that I'm always fond of sharing as to what the future is going to be. There are people like Peter Thiel and Ray Kurzweil who talk about, we as the humanity is not just condemned to this just incremental increase in our standard of living. There are fears, of course, people believe that because of climate change, there could be a drop in the progress of humanity over time. But technologists believe that it is going to be an upward curve. Things are going to be so dramatic that the problems that we are solving today would appear very, very trivial in the next 10 to 15 years. That's the type of technology opportunity that is available in front of us. That's the type of opportunity that ATF is trying to promote through this enablers category. And that's the type of opportunity I would like to be part of, and I'd like to encourage all of you to dig into and make a huge difference, to make that number of 4.6 lakhs into something that is phenomenal. Thank you for this opportunity, and now I'll request them to introduce the...
Thank you so much. You need a technologist's worldview in some form to tell us those stories and to speak about design and futures and enablement and technology application. Thank you also for the encouragement that you shared with us. The first award under Enablers category is the Best at CSR Initiative of the Year. This award will be given to the respective CSR team, which has not only created awareness about assistive technology, but also implemented a strategy to create sustainable impact. The finalists in this category are Tech Mahindra Foundation and Mahindra CIE. And the award goes to Tech Mahindra Foundation. Can we have a huge round of applause? Guys, I'm cutting a deal with you. When I say the nominations are, the applause has to start flowing, okay? Can we have a representative from Tech Mahindra Foundation join us on stage? We have Jagan from TMF. Jagan, we'd like you to also share a few words with the audience.
Congratulations to everyone. So I am from the Tech Mahindra Foundation team. So we operate in two verticals largely, one education, second is skill development. And we have made it mandatory for us that 10% of our spending is going for persons with disability. And assistive technology is one area where we're spending a lot of time on that. And thanks so much for ATF for giving this award. All the very best to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Enablers are important people, and the next award in the Enablers category is Best Assistive Technology Initiative among NGOs. This award will be given to the respective NGO, which has not only created awareness about assistive technology, but has also implemented a strategy to create sustainable impact. The finalists are Amar Seva Sangam and Enable India. And the award goes to audience. Come on, let's applaud first and then we'll invite them on stage with the applause. Amar Seva Sangam. So can I request Shankar Raman Srinivasan to join us on stage. Perspective of how you can be inclusive in the most simplest of ways. You can just hold space for somebody, you can wait patiently, you can build tolerance into our extremely, all of us come from spaces of different forms and kinds of privilege, but all of us are also taught kindness and compassion. So can we allow kindness and compassion to take the lead and in some form drive us in a direction to that change where everybody makes disability ability? I think that's poetic and in some form thought-provoking. So with that, inviting Shankar Raman Srinivasan, Secretary Amar Seva Sangam, to receive the award. Can we also get a mic over to him? Can we put our hands together for the entire team? The mic is coming over to you, sir, if you can share a couple of words.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Disability is not a constraint. Earlier, disability is not a problem was talked about. It is really true. I always believe that it is only a condition. When I was young, when I was going to my CA examinations and studies, later on my profession, before I joined our Seva Sangam for service, some people used to ask me, what's your problem? I always say that I have no problems. But they just blink at me. I would say that you are not looking at me, you are looking at my wheelchair. You are looking at my body postures, and that's your problem, that's not my problem. So when I start interacting with people, people realize my potential. If we give an opportunity, we all can perform. You give us enough scope, enough space to work, so we will contribute. We can do a lot. We can contribute a lot. And with you, we can contribute a lot more. With all of us, we can make a big change. If we rehabilitate a child, which is our passion, we are not just rehabilitating a child, we are rehabilitating a whole family. We are supporting a system change in the society. We are contributing for the development of the nation. There are several speakers who spoke before me have made me more confident of what I am talking about because of the 1:9 factor and also the 7% GDP contribution that the earlier speakers were talking about. I am really very happy that our belief is being, not just our belief, but it is being shared by many people. So we can perform, help us, and help us to develop the nation, help us to develop the country. Thank you.
Thank you so much for words that ring true of the wisdom and the intent which they come from. Thank you so much, and once again, congratulations to the whole team.
I would like to thank the AssisTech Technology Foundation for recognizing this for us. This is for our Enabling Inclusion mobile application. which is a technology-driven support system for rehabilitating children with developmental delays. And this has produced a big impact. And children who are not able to go to school, now 85% of our children in our area are now going to school and having their enrollments. This is having a big impact on the families. And on behalf of Amar Seva Sangam and on behalf of our team both in India and in Canada, Dr. Dinesh, Mary Brain, Navamani, who is with me, Mr. Selen, Mr. Maheswaran, Mr. Suresh, Mr. Jesu and all, I thank the foundation a lot, and I welcome all of you to visit our organization to see our progress and how we are performing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Enabling communities is no easy ask, is no easy task. So thank you so much. And also, Mr. Narayan, thank you for gracing us with your presence. I'd like to invite Shrikant Rajan, Chairman and Managing Director, Smart Capital, to present a token of our appreciation and gratitude to Mr. Lakshmi Narayanan. Okay, so Pratik, can we have you quickly come up on stage? And Ravi, I'll let you sit this one out. Can I invite for the next set of awards Mr. Jawahar BK to join us on stage? I'm going to invite him to felicitate the winner for Best Government Assistive Technology Initiative. This award will be given to the respective government which has not only created awareness about assistive technology, but also implemented a strategy to create sustainable impact. The finalists of this award are Telangana State Innovation Cell, TSIC, and AIIMS Delhi. So, and the award goes to, I like it audience, I like it, thank you for clapping for when I called out the nominations. The award goes to Department of Community Ophthalmology, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Center for Ophthalmic Sciences, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi. Can we have a representative come up, join us on stage? I request Dr. Suraj, Head of Department of Community Ophthalmology, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Center for Ophthalmic Sciences, AIIMS, Delhi, to join us on stage and to receive the award. Dr. Suraj, if we can get you to say a few words.
Indeed, I'm very honored and humble to be here today. So the environment is totally different for me because I have been attending so many healthcare conferences for the last 15 years, but today is entirely different. And different in a such way that, like such a, important area, that is we call it assistive technology. So let me give you one example. So 3 years ago, I went to visit our chief of the Dr. RP Center, and he said, "What is assistive technology? What is it all about?" So he asked me. So that means in the healthcare sector, so we need to create more awareness among the professionals, especially healthcare sectors, starting from the primary to the tertiary levels. And on other sides, we do have so many startup industries, developers, designers. So there is something, what I feel is there's some line in between. So my role is, this awards means a lot to me. So there has to be some linkage between these two divisions, because most of these healthcare delivery system in the country, so they are not very much aware of this assistive technology, or what are the assistive technology available under different types of disabilities. So, and thanks that the jury of AssisTech Foundation for recognizing me on my work on assistive technology in terms of promoting adoptions of the services, and also doing some national survey in the country about to assess the needs unmet needs and barrier to access the assistive technology. And also, I would like to thank my family and my colleague who works with me, and they have supported me a lot in terms of doing those surveys. And we also did doing currently that at the learning center in the schools for blind in Delhi. So we have started in collaboration with the WHO, CRO. So in 2 schools as a pilot model, so we have started here. So we will be, providing training to those students with visual disability in terms of, like reading, writing, mobility, and also digital inclusions, which is very important nowadays when you talk about a digital India. So thank you so much, and especially Chahat and Pratik and the juries for AssisTech Foundation and my colleagues. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Suraj, for sharing with us all of the initiatives that's being taken up to widen the spectrum and to also get better access and reach. Okay, with that, I come to the last award under the Enablers category, the Best Assistive Technology Initiative among Educational Institutes. This award will be given to the respective educational institute, which has not only created awareness about assistive tech, but has also implemented strategy to create sustainable impact. The finalists are IIT Delhi and Thiagaraj College of Engineering. And the award goes to IIT Delhi. Can we have a representative? Professor M. Balakrishnan to join us on stage. Thank you, audience. You know why? And the award goes to IIT Delhi. He wants to bring his team up on stage, so if there's anybody in the audience who's here, please join us. And can we get a mic over to him? Professor Balakrishnan, I'm going to request you to share a few words as your team comes and joins us on stage.
Professor Rao there? Vasudan Rao? No. Thanks. Actually, we founded something called AssisTech almost 15 years back. That was a time, working with Dipinder when we started in the space of visual impaired solutions, technology solution of visually impaired. At that time, the situation was, it was very nascent. Okay, very few, ecosystem was very, very weak. A few companies, even few research projects which went out of the academics to the industry or went to the users. So it was a pretty, let's say initially at some point in time getting funding, getting any interest from industry was quite a frustrating. But of course we got some breakthroughs, and we were able to establish some solutions which have actually reached the users. 5 years back we founded this conference, Empower, where you are here today. So this particular conference has grown over these 5 years, and today it's becoming much more, with participation of many of my colleagues from different institutions who came together, and we established this. So this is something which is, clearly I suppose, will grow over a period of time. I would like to thank Dipinder Manocha and my team. Of course, most of my team is not here, unfortunately. All of these students and my research staff who have actually played a key role in not only producing these solutions, but also taking it to the users. And I've been working towards this cause for more than, I think, almost 15 years. Thank you, ATF, for recognizing this.
Thank you so much, Professor Balakrishnan, and thank you for sharing those words with us. Can we have another huge round of applause to the entire team? Kicha, now I'm going to request you to come up on stage to return our token of gratitude. It's almost a bromance. BK, can we have you on stage as well? Yes. This is called creeping in. I told you there was a bromance. I traveled with these amazing, incredible gentlemen this morning. I have to say, every conversation that I've had with all of them has been enriching, to say the least. Thank you, Kichu. Okay, so thank you so much. ATF has been associated with a lot of global assistive technology leaders, and unfortunately, they couldn't join us today. Nonetheless, technology has always found ways to fill the gap. I would like to present a congratulatory message from Chapel Khasnabis, Head of Access to Assistive Technology and Medical Devices Unit, World Health Organization. Let's take a look.
For assistive technology is increasing in very rapid pace across the world. We recently published a global report on assistive technology, WHO UNICEF jointly global report on assistive technology, which outlines that more than 2 billion people now, 3 billion by 2050, will need at least one assistive product. And this need is also increasing because of emerging aging population. 2 out of every 3 older person will need assistive product. So there's a huge need. At the same time, there's a huge unmet need, especially in the low middle income countries. The access to assistive technology in low and middle income countries is a big challenge. And one of the reasons of this, the cost, the affordability. So we really looking for more innovative solutions so that we can address 2 key issues. One is the cost, and another is the service reaching to the people who needs it. So, congratulations to all the award winners of this year from AssisTech Foundation for your great work and brilliant contribution to this whole development of the global assistive technology sector. But at the same time, also the people who could not make it this year, I acknowledge their contributions too, because every small contribution makes a difference. So thank you, keep up your good work, and I tell you, world needs you, needs your innovation, needs your energy, needs your passion. So looking forward, and I hope we'll meet one day. Thank you very much.
Energy, innovation, passion, the world truly needs all of that, and every drop does form the ocean. So congratulations to all the winners. Your amazing work is truly inspiring and will surely transform the landscape of assistive technology in India. At the end almost of today, and what today has been, inspiring thoughts, thought-provoking conversations, exciting congratulatory recognitions that have been handed out, I would like to invite at this juncture Jawahar BK, co-founder and member of board ATF, to deliver the vote of thanks. BK, it's over to you.
Thank you. Thank you all for your patience. I know I'm standing between all of you and dinner. So I'll make this quick. I think today's been a significant milestone in AssisTech Foundation's journey towards fostering this whole ecosystem that we've been talking about. We see it growing by the day and by the hour, and getting to participate and in a conference like this only enables that even more. I think ATF's work with so many startups gives us a lot of hope that some of these objectives and vision and mission will see light of day sooner than later. Special, of course, thanks to the entire team ATF, but special thanks to Chahat. Chahat's behind the wings. Chahat, may you please come forward and show your face. Come here. This is Chahat. Everybody, without her, we could not have put this program together. Thanks to all the volunteers, the sign language interpreters, the Empower team, of course, for assisting us. And last but not least, thank you all attendees for patiently sitting through the program and gracing this occasion.
I have just one announcement to make, and it should be exciting for the many startups that are listening here as well as on the live stream that is going on of the conference. We are announcing cohort 5 applications, the opening for cohort 5. As Prateek mentioned in the beginning, one of the things that ATF does to create impact is to mentor and accelerate young startups across their journey, teaching them how to build better products, how to serve markets, how to target better, and ultimately achieve the scalability and success that we would like to see all of them achieve, and therefore create this impact of going from our goal at least of 500,000 to 5 million people over the next few years. So happy to announce that you'll see the details on our website, I guess tomorrow, and don't miss this opportunity to apply. So thank you all very much. Please stay for dinner and have a good night.
Also for the photo, stay for the photo. Can we have the entire team of ATF join us on stage? Thank you so much, BK. Like I said, there's never a dull moment, and I've had the privilege and honor of being with the ATF family for so long. It feels like it's part of the community, it feels like family, it feels like all those amazing things.
Professor Ashok, please come on. Bonnie, Akshita, our cohort startups, please come on. Shini, please come. Shiva, Gopal.
Can we also have the winners from this year, and if we have winners from last year, join us on stage.
Pavitra, come. Nitya, come, please.
Basically, everybody who's in some form part of the ecosystem, the community, or today, just join us on stage. The more, the merrier. What a beautiful end to an inspiring day. Once again, congratulations to all the winners. And like BK said, to everyone who turned up and showed up for the support and encouragement that we had. Hope all of you gained some insight into what our world is through this experience. I would like to again end with what I started. Nominees and the nominees, you are no less. Join us on stage. Partners, nominees, winners, past winners, collaborators, co-conspirators. Phonologic's founder who's here in the audience. If you're part of if you're part of the community, just join us on stage. If it means the entire audience is on stage, that works too. Don't worry. You're a supporter, you want to be part of something in the future, you're also welcome to join us. I'm coming. I'm also coming. So the end is always the beginning, and with that thought, this is the end of ATF Awards 2022, laying stone and foundation to ATF Awards 2023. I promise I'll see you all next year. Thank you so much, audience. You've been amazing, you've been kind. You can continue to keep the applause coming. Thank you.